you can see, we are delighted to be able to say today that the spotlight is on someone extraordinary. Irfan Khan, who has a resume that I think most stars anywhere in the world would give an arm and a leg for. He's of course a National Award winner, a Padma Shri, and today we are talking about a film, one film in particular, aren't we?
Yeah.
Irfan, how excited are you about this film, Hindi medium?
I'm really excited because it came in my life after a long wait. I was waiting for a comedy script. I'm waiting for a script where parents and kids can go together and enjoy it and have a great fun, and also they can relate to it. So I was looking all these combinations, and this story came to me after a long wait. And the way it's shaped and the way people reacted, that is very exciting.
It's funny, it's witty, it's wry, and I think it's something that pretty much any parent and anyone who's actually knows anyone who's a kid can identify with. I mean, even like I look at sort of college cutoff marks these days, I look at school requirements these days, and it's terrifying. I will not be able to have an education in this current world. I'm pretty sure. I believe there's also a lot of research that went in the assorted dilemmas that this couple faces.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So the director and the writer, they were researching for many years. And if you are making a film which is just giving a statement, or it's just it's a serious film, then there's no problem. You can put all the research. But to make it entertaining and comedy, that was the struggling part. That was the difficult part. What I'm trying to say is, what I want to say is that let's define education. There is an education which is there for your insecurities, or your what you want to do after you study, or after you complete your study. And there is an education which is about exploring yourself, exploring your possibilities as a human being, or shining your personality and polishing your personality. So I believe in education which is to explore oneself. I don't believe in this insecure world. They're preparing you for some particular agenda.
So something that fits between broad parameters. So you're saying basically you have a problem with also, in a sense, the standardized, formalized education.
Formalized education, and it's basically for you to get a job.
Right.
And you don't, when a kid goes to a school, it's 3, it's 4, 5, and he has been imposed with so many choices which he doesn't know, and he doesn't choose what is his interest, and he doesn't get chance really to explore himself.
I want to ask, a lot of people have said that, comedy may be, in a sense, the most accessible to audiences, right? But it is often, in a strange way, the toughest thing to pull off.
It was tough to turn this whole subject into comedy. Was tough. And also we were struggling to come up with something which was unique at the end. We didn't want to sound it preachy. So there were 3-4 writers who were writing it. Then we gave the script to Vishal Bharadwaj, our writer, and he gave us some suggestion that how it should be. Because I was clear in my mind that at the end, whatever he's saying, it should be more of a stand-up comedy. Like he started talking about certain issues, and people think that he's just joking around, and then he starts tightening the screw. So we wrote that kind of climax. But when Vishal read it, he said, it should be like that, whatever. So then we were struggling, who will write this? Because it's a very unique idea. So we requested him to write. So the climax is written by Vishal Bharadwaj.
Oh, what fun! I don't know how many films get to say that. But again, what this film does, and again, as you said, it's not preachy, but it pokes fun at the essential absurdity of everything from, individual aspirations to larger aspirations, from premium on language over skill and talent and all of that. And like I said, instead of having fun, so tell us some of the sort of absurd situations that have come up that either you have faced yourself or that you have flagged in this film. There's that lovely moment by the swimming pool, for example. There's the questions about, poverty and, just hilarious things like that.
The initial situation, like I love my wife in this film, and I live in a house which is from centuries. We are living in that house in Chandni Chowk, where you have small gullies. You can't park your car inside. You park your car 2 kilometers away, and you come by rickshaw to your house. But you love that house. You love that atmosphere. You love that vibration. You love everybody, because it's a typical life you have there, and you cannot live anywhere else. But then when my wife chooses particular school, and we have a chance of my daughter getting admission in that school, but the condition in that school is that the house should be in the vicinity of the school, 3 kilometers vicinity in this, And then they face this thing where my wife says that let's change the house. Yeah. And he doesn't know what to do, you know, how can I change my house? मेरे बाप दादा परदादा सब इसमें रहते हैं, यार कहाँ जाएंगे, कौन से घर कॉलोनी में जाएंगे? But she wants to take a leap, you know, she wants to go to a more elite class because she doesn't, she loves me, but she doesn't, she has this, you know, empty space in her, you know, in a psyche where she thinks that there's something lacking. Right. That he should belong to class. So she's pushing me. Yeah. To adapt to that class.
Do you sympathize at all with that drive? I mean, you know, so many of us have it, right? The sort of need to, you know, just the notch up to access worlds that you know perhaps we don't always have access to. Do you at all identify with her plight?
Absolutely identify with her, because we in this kind of society where we're living in, insecurities are there always. You know, you are insecure by so many things, and what I go through while changing the home, my house, is very funny. You know, it's very funny because and she doesn't relate to it at all. She says, "Why is he crying? Oh, he's just changing the house." You know. मैं अपनी विदाई में भी इतना नहीं रोई थी, क्यों रो रहा है इतना? He is crying just because किसी आंटी ने छोले भेज दिए. वो अब तक रो नहीं रहा था. छोले देख के उसका तो मन एकदम कि अब कहाँ जा रहा हूँ मैं?
I want to know which one of you skew to him. So who are you more sympathetic to? Are you more sympathetic to his wife, or are you more sympathetic to him? All right, one honest person, two honest people. I have four honest people, and we're going to get to their questions. And something that we were actually all talking about earlier, even before you arrived, which is, again, this sort of fascination with language, right? And, you know, in a country where we have just hundreds of languages, right? The premium that is placed on English is both ironic.
Also a need. Because we have so many languages in our country, and English by default has become a common language. Right. And also we were colonized, and we also carry this stigma, and we also carry this sense that, you know, English is a better class. We also carry this this sense of possibility that, you know, if we know English, we will be able to interact. And English is an international language, so you know, there are so many reasons for that. And also the main reason that we don't have good Hindi medium schools.
Right.
We don't have government schools. We don't have. They're pathetic.
Have you noticed a shift when you, or the advantages of, again, with your career, I suppose, that takes you to so many different places?
I was in a peculiar situation always. I studied in convent school, but I never, you know, I never identified with that kind of personality. I was always a desi person from inside, and I had to acquire English language for my needs. You know, when I got the chance to work in Hollywood cinema, I had to learn it. I had to, but still, you know,
You weren't that fluent before?
No, I wasn't. Really? You know, it was, you know, whenever I felt a need, you know, I could converse in English language, but it was always, I was not thinking in English.
Right. And now you think you're sort of bilingual in thought?
No, I'm still Hindi in thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
My grammar,
Yeah. All right, so we're going to open up to audiences because they're looking a little earnest, and I feel like I'm being greedy, so you go first.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Is there anything in the movie which relates to your life?
It has nothing to do with my life. It's more of a life which so many people will identify. People who have kids and people who don't have kids and they are going to have kids. You know, so I identify with the humor of the film. I identify a little bit with the main character, who doesn't give a damn about his perception, you know. Whatever you want to think of him, you think of him, but I am what I am, you know. If I don't know swimming pool spelling, I don't know, you know. He's okay with it, you know. Uski life पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I identify with that. और मुझे जब, you know, when people used to advise me that, you know, you should seem to belong to an elite class to get job in Bollywood, in our industry. I never used to get, you know, it never penetrated in my psyche. I never had a conviction about it.
Really?
I went through whatever, you know, because I had so many limitations for becoming an actor. You know, I was not right for becoming an actor. You know, I was not a born actor. I cultivated this craft. I learned this craft. I was not an open person. I was not a performer. I was a shy guy. I couldn't pronounce my name. I was not a good-looking person. Conventionally, I was. It was embarrassing, you know, the way I used to look. It was even embarrassing to tell people that I am dreaming of becoming an actor. If I would have said that, my friends would have killed me, you know. They would have made so much of fun of me that it would have been, you know, difficult for me to exist, you know.
What do those friends say now? I would like to know.
Some of them are in administrative service, some are successful businessmen, but they you know, they like it, and
of
you know, now I see, you know, sometimes, you know, people who are in service and how they have to bog down to seniors. I don't know what they think of me, but they love it. They like it, and
I mean, come on, what a remarkable journey, right?
Yeah.
Do you have those pinch me moments even now, where you look back at, as you said, the person who believed he had no right to be an actor, and the one now who's, again, with a resume that any actor would kill for?
I think that's, I don't know why. I never had a pinch me moment. Never. Never ever. I think my mind doesn't think like that. My mind is always focused on the present or what I'm going to do next. Wow. It has never come to me. And also the reason is because I have never got a break which has given me a jump like, you know, now you're settled. This film, now you're done. You know, now you are there. So it is like, you know, it is a gradual progression. Right. Always. One step, 2 steps forward, half step back. 2 steps forward, half step back. You know, it's like a pattern which has happened with me. And, you know, I think that has not let me, and I think it's good for me.